Hello everybody, welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. I'm going to show you today how to make Instant Pot refried beans. That's right, refried beans in the Instant Pot. Just as good as you get it in the restaurant and so much better than canned. You only need 3 ingredients and it's super simple and pretty doggone fast for something that you basically just don't have to pay attention to. It's really great, so let's get started. Okay, so we basically just need 3 ingredients for this. In this colander, this is actually a colander. It's Joseph and Joseph. It nests inside a bigger one. I love it. I've got 2 cups of beans, which I have gone through. I looked for any foreign material like little stones, didn't see any, but I picked out any really badly colored beans. I don't know why they get like that, but I take them out. If there are beans that are in halves, and there seem to be a lot of these, that's fine. These are going to become refried beans. They're all going to get cooked down anyway. So I'm going to rinse these under some cold water, and that's all I'm going to do to those. Over here, I have 2.5 maybe slices. No, 2 or 3 slices of some thick cut bacon. I might not use all of this. I'll see what it looks like when I chop it up. The only ingredient we're going to need after that is water. So I'm going to chop this up. We'll come back with the Instant Pot and get everything started. See you in a bit. All right, so here we are at the Instant Pot. I have it on saute mode. It's starting to feel a little bit warm. So I chopped up that bacon. It looks kind of fatty to me, so I'm only going to use half of what was there. So about a slice and a half of this thick cut bacon, and we're just going to put this in here. And while this comes up to temperature, I will tell you, you don't need bacon. Yeah, I should have waited a little bit longer. You don't need to add bacon to this. Traditionally, when I was growing up, we would always cook the beans and then just add lard that we bought at the store afterwards, because you do need some kind of fat to refry them in. I like bacon. It adds the fat. It adds some smokiness. It adds some salt. But if you want to make this vegetarian, you could just use a little bit of oil in here. See, now it's coming to temperature. You could just use a little bit of oil in here and fry up some onions. Or you could just put a little bit of oil and leave everything out entirely. You do need a little bit of fat in here. It helps keep the beans from frothing up. I have found, although the beans I have look really good, they look really fresh. So I'm going to cook this up here for a little bit. And I want to cook some of this fat out of it. I'm not looking to make it super crispy, although if I get to that point, it's fine, because this is all going to end up becoming, mashed up with the beans. So I'll show you how I do that at the end. Quick little preview, I'm going to use my immersion blender, which makes such quick work of this. So you can watch people stir bacon all day long if you want, but I think it's kind of boring. So I'm going to cook this bacon off, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, so it's a little steamy, but you can see this is what I was looking to get out of the bacon. I wanted to cook some of that fat out. And it's getting a little crispy. I've let it sit a little bit longer than it normally would because I'm filming. But yeah, I mean, that looks good. You don't have to get it that cooked. What you really are looking for is to get some of that fat cooked out of the bacon. That's what we need. So I have my 2 cups of beans, which I have rinsed. And you can hear, yeah, there's a little bit of water on those. So that's going to go away. You can see it, it's deglazing the bottom of that pot really nicely. I think you can see that. There's a little bit of fond forming from that bacon. That looks good. Now I'm going to add, oops, we got a straggler, folks. Everybody goes in the pool. So I have 4 cups of water here. So basically twice as much water as I have beans. And I'm going to add that. And this is a bit you won't be able to see. I'm going to put my lid on. Now when I turn it, you'll hear it sing. Yeah, maybe you couldn't hear that. I'm going to make sure that this knob is set to sealing. I'm going to hit the pressure cook, and I want it for 40 minutes. So it's sealing. I've got the lid on here, twice as much water as beans. 40 minutes, and then we'll give it, yep, I don't know if you could hear that beep, but it just beeped. So we're gonna give it 40 minutes, and we're gonna do a 10-minute natural release, and then we're gonna do a quick release, and then we'll get in there with the immersion blender. See you then. All right, so we have cooked these for the amount of time that I said. What was it, 40 minutes? I have it written down. That's why I write things down. And we've done 10 minutes on a natural release. So I'm gonna turn this off. I don't know if you heard that, but it clicked off. And then what I have done, instead of just turning this, I have bought this 3-inch elbow. And I put a couple of bolts in here. And the whole purpose of this is these bolts grab this release knob and turn it, and then this redirects the steam. Instead of up at your cabinets or at your face, it goes that way. So it's not a perfect system, but it works kind of well. So I'm waiting to hear the click. Okay, there's a little pin here I'll show you. If you know what an Instant Pot does, you know this little pin. But if you don't know, you might not be familiar with that. So I love this over here too. It always says do not touch in 3 different languages, English, French, and Spanish. And every single time I touch this, it's hot. The metal part is hot. Here, don't. You can hear though, this is not a really dramatic release because it's been sitting here for 10 minutes. So I'm waiting for the click. Any moment now. Ah, there we go. There was the click. And what that means is, get off here. This little pin has gone down. And you can't, when you're looking straight down, you can't really tell, but when you're looking at an angle, you can tell this has gone down, which means now we can unseal this. As long as this pin is up, you won't be able to turn this. But when it goes down, then you can turn it. Now, there's our little song telling us, not sure if the mic is picking that up, but there's a little song telling us that we have opened the lid. And there's always a little bit of excitement here because I'm never sure if the top layer is cooked enough. Ooh, but these look great. Wow, that's a lot of steam. Going right into my camera lens. Okay. So, okay, these look gorgeous. Now, you can always tell if your beans are not cooked all the way because when you stir them, you'll hear, they'll be hard and you'll hear them banging into the side of the pot. I'm going to get the microphone down in here and you will hear nothing. Okay, that means these are all the way cooked. And these did cook nicely because they were good looking fresh. These did cook up nicely because they were good looking fresh beans. Forgot to get the microphone back here. Spilled a little bit of water here, but that cleans up. So, these you can eat just as is. I mean, they look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna grab one and taste it here. Come on, let's pick one. So good, so good. Now, if you don't have hard water, you may need to cook these for less time than I did. If you have hard water, you may need to, if you have harder water than I do, you may need to cook these for longer. That hard water really makes a difference. So what I'm going to do now is turn these into refried beans. And what I have here is my Braun immersion blender. I've had this thing for 20 years. There used to be an attachment that had a little blender that went on here, like a little food processor thing, and it disappeared. I have no idea what happened to it, but yeah, so I'm just going to go down in here. All right, yeah, wow, there's still so much steam coming out of that. That's it right there. That's some refried beans. These are perfect for serving on the side right now. I'm gonna blend these up even more because I want them nice and smooth. I'm actually going, well, And there we go. I only cooked two cups. You could do this. This is, I think, a 4-quart Instant Pot. You're limited by the size of your Instant Pot. Yeah, this is a 4-quart. I could do 4 cups in here with 8 cups of water, but I didn't because it's just me. But sometimes it helps to just tip it like this so you can get this in here deeper. And these immersion blenders are just worth their weight in gold. Now, if you want, you can actually put this on saute, and it'll beep in a second here. And I mean, these are great for serving as a side. I want to make some bean tacos though, and these are a little bit thin, so it's beeping, it's on saute. But yeah, I want to make some bean tacos, so I'm going to just cook these on the saute until this cooks down just a little bit, because this is a little bit too runny, a little bit too thin to get into a taco. So yeah, I'll come back when these are thickened up a little bit, and I will show you how I make some tacos. This time, I will use flour tortillas, because that works really well with beans. So, see you in a bit. All right, so I ran these on the saute function, stirring more or less constantly for about 5 minutes, not really a whole lot. And then I just let them cool down, because when these come out of the Instant Pot, I mean, they are boiling hot. And you can see, these have gotten quite a bit thicker. You do have to stand there and stir fairly constantly on the saute function, because it is saute. The one thing I don't like about the Instant Pot is it really doesn't have a simmer function. I mean, it has a bean and chili and a soup broth and a slow cook function, but you have to have the lid on for those. So you're not going to evaporate a lot of liquid that way, unfortunately. So, in fact, saute, I think, is the only thing that I've used that doesn't require the lid. So I am going to get some beautiful flour tortillas, heat them up on the griddle, what in Spanish we would call a comal, and make a couple of really delicious bean tacos. So I will be right back to show you that. See you in a bit. All right, and we are back. I heated up a couple of flour tortillas on the griddle. You can see, because I have some beautiful charring on here, and I put some pinto beans on the inside, some refried beans, and on this one, yeah, I actually used some pickled jalapenos because those things smell so good. You can actually put these in the beans when you cook them in the Instant Pot. They taste amazing that way, trust me. So let's just get a taste of this. Oh, this takes me right back to my childhood. Yeah, so good. Now, to cook these, you're looking at 3 or 4 hours on the stovetop, because you've got to boil them, then you got to refry them. This took about an hour and a half in the Instant Pot, and really, it took about 15 minutes of my labor. I didn't have to stand there and stir them forever. So this really works out. It's a huge time saver. So good with the pickled jalapenos in here. I have cooked these before and just put, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons. I just reach in with a fork and throw them in there with the beans, and it cooks up really, really well. Adds a little bit of heat and spice to it. So good that way. Yeah, oh my gosh. So amazing. Well, I'm going to finish these up and come back and say goodbye in a little bit. These are so amazing. Oh gosh. Be right back. And that's it, folks. Thanks so much for watching. As you can see, making refried beans in the Instant Pot, really, really simple. Doesn't take a lot of time. Tastes so much better than anything you can get out of a can. And you can actually freeze these once you make them, so you've got them forever. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe. Really helps me out. If you have any questions about this technique, please ask a question in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer that for you. And as always, eat good foods, eat healthy foods, and stay safe, and power to the proletariat. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.